clerk of the course is Nicky Richardson, former British champion. Will they go straight away or will they go round one more? Union flags at the ready. Listener drops the hammer. It looks like a good clean start this time. 2 by 2 into what is turn 1. And it's Listener pulling clear with Joe Holmes glued to his bumper. Will Joe strike early? No, Listener covers up. Darren Teal has to settle for third this time. And I think I saw James Hatsley just holding off Stuart Martin for 4th place. And out front, somewhere around that corner, Joe Holmes picked up the lead. So Holmes, Listener, Teal, Hattersley, Martin, Healy, David Longman, Ian Blake behind him, Dan Truman, Tom Dix, who won the first heat, Ed Bars, and it looks as though Holmes is already beginning to gap John Listener. And Teal is moving up on his bumper. We've got a 3-way fight for 3rd place. And it's Martin coming through ahead of Healy and Hattersley. I think that is. Down the inside. Oh, all crossed up. Dan Healy chucks it in. And Hattersley says thank you very much and takes both places. And that's also let in Ian Blake and Dan Truman. And Holmes is gapping the field already out front. So it's Holmes head down behind the Nassau, pulling well clear of John Listener and Darren Teal. The battle is on for 4th place though. And that's Healy going through on Hattersley, and Blake will follow him through into the S's, or at least he'll try. I think somebody's had to take a shortcut there. Hattersley's come out the other side, but I think he had to take to the grass. And he's been dropped then by Blake, and he's now trying to hold off David Longman in cart 10 and Dan Truman in cart 12. Tom Dix has moved through on Truman, and Tyler Mays is right there with Stuart Martin. Thanks, mate. And Hattersley's going to lose out into the S's once again. You're not missing anything up front. All you would be seeing is Joe Holmes breaking clear of John Listener, who's beginning to gap Darren Teal. This is where the action is, and we do like action. So Longman moves to the front of this group, which I think is about 5th place. Could be 6th. Yeah, it's the battle for 6th place that Longman leads ahead of Hattersley, Truman, Dix. And it looks as though Tom Dix has come to play today because he's looking pretty good. Oh, kiss of death. Stuart Martin and Tyler Mays have just demoted him through that corner. Through the S's, down the back straight to the hairpin. And now Longman has been shuffled down the line as Truman takes a turn on the front of this group. Hattersley trying to hold off Martin. So Joe Holmes' lead continue to extend, but Darren Teal is coming back at John Listener in the battle for 2nd place. Hattersley now has a go on the front as Truman begins to break away, which shall make this the battle for about 7th place now. Oh, it's windy up here. Tom Dix diving down the inside of Tyler Mays. Jack Harden goes through. Ray Norris, cart 19 in the blue there, moves on the bumper of Mays. He's got Steve Brown, reigning champion, on his bumper. Further forward, Jay Elliott under pressure from Pete O'Connor. Harding takes virtually to the grass to get through on the inside there of Tom Dix. It's been a frantic run through this through this second heat. Let's have a look at your race leader. Look at the lead that he's got. Joe Holmes, it was 3 seconds on the last lap, ahead of John Listener and Darren Teal. I do apologise. And it looks as though Listener is hanging on here now as Darren Teal's got his second wind and is busy trying to find a way by. Will he have enough time to get it done? Because Dan Healy is closing in. We've got 2.5 minutes left of heat number 2. Holmes is cruising, but Teal wants to be by. Battle for second place. Down at the hairpin, Teal half a kart length less, in fact. Almost as though he could reach out and touch the rear bumper of John Listener. But Listener's pulled out a kart length there. And Dan Healy is just about to pick up the toe. The wind is blowing from left to right as we look, which means out of this last corner there'll be a big hole in the air being punched by John Listener and Darren Teal for Dan Healy. In this battle for second place. So once again, with a tailwind, Darren Teal closes in on John Listener. Can he get a better run out of the hairpin? No, he can't. He's a little bit closer, but he loses a kart length out of the hairpin. And that's put Dan Healy on his bumper. And Darren Teal's chance to pick up second place before the finish might have gone, because I think Dan Healy might breeze straight past him. Healy closing, looking to the inside and down the inside, gets his elbows out and Teal holds on. And that might be the break, the contact that keeps John Listener in second place, as the gap now is 3 kart lengths. Joe Holmes' lead is out to nearly 5 seconds. Class of his own. And this race for second place settles again. Ian Blake is in 5th. Dan Truman is 6th. Jay Elliott is 7th. Ahead of Pete O'Connor and Jack Harding. Oh! Tom Dix is in 11th place. The last lap board is out. Let's pick up our race leader so he can have his moment of glory. And I don't get complaints from Joe's mum, Mum Carol, for not featuring his son enough, but he's just too fast for the field, Carol. If we just watched Joe all the time, it'd be boring. So Joe Holmes comes through to win heat number 2. In the battle for second place, it's John Listener holding off Darren Teal and Dan Healy to the finish. 5th place goes to Ian Blake. 6th is Daniel Truman. Battle for 7th is going to be... Battle for 7th is going to be Jay Elliott, just holding off Jack Harding and Pete O'Connor. Ray Norris finishes in 10th.